Today on the Brothers Murph, we're going to go through every single game that's on our shelves. What's up, everybody? My name is Nick Murphy. I'm one half of the Brothers Murph, and that's right. Today we're going to go through our entire collection, kind of do a collection tour video, which weirdly is something that we've never done on this channel. At least I don't think that we have. We've done a lot of talking about specific shelves on our shelves, on like what's on that shelf, things like that. But we've never actually, I think, gone through and just said like all the games that we have. So if people are curious of what games we have, this will be the video for them. We'll also post a link to our BGG collection. We are not that great at updating that, but we do usually update it a couple times a year. So if you want to be able to see it in list form, it'll be down there as well. But we're basically going to go through all of our games shelf by shelf and just mention every single game that we have. So let's get right to it. You also may be asking, how do we organize our shelves? And the honest answer is that we don't at all. Some shelves have some kind of a theme to them to a degree, but for the most part, we don't organize them at all. We get too many games too often, whether because we buy them or we get them from a publisher for like work purposes, and we'd have to constantly rearrange our shelves to keep with the organization, so we just don't do it at all. So just know that there's absolutely no organization. All right, we're gonna start in this corner over here. We're gonna start with the very top. We actually do have very tall shelves. I'm like 5'10", 5'11" on a really good day. And you can see they're like 8-foot shelves. They're very, very tall. And so on the top shelf here, we have 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea game. This is a game about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Mike got this at D23, which is like the biannual Disney convention that happens every other year. And it was like really expensive, but it was kind of a cool thing to have because like no one has this game. So this is like one of the few like, I don't know, like relic games that we have. I don't know, like kind of rare-ish. I have no idea, but nonetheless we have it. I think we played it like once. It's whatever. This here is a game of Clask. We don't have it in the box anymore because it's just kind of unnecessary, but it's a great tabletop game. Up there is My Island, which Mike is playing with a couple friends, and Mike and I will probably play it again after he is done. This is the Suburbia Collector's Edition. We love Suburbia. We never ever really get collector's editions of games, but this one we did because it has such a big place in our heart. We'll keep it up top. Here's our, I guess, our wingspan shelf. It's one of the few shelves that actually has a game faced out. We've kind of run out of room and had to put all of our games like this. We had a lot more faced out a year or two ago, but we have just been, we get a lot of games. We get a lot of games, which is a good problem to have. So we have normal wingspan, which has the European birds and Oceania birds expansion in it. And then we also have the Wingspan Asia expansion slash standalone kind of game as well. So that's, I guess, our wingspan shelf. We have Rococo. Rococo is a great game. This is the old version of Rococo. There's a new one, new fancy with like Tool art. But we didn't get that one because we have this one and we just didn't really feel the need to get the new one. Great game though. We have 2 Super Skill pinballs. We have Ramp It Up and then 4K'd. We have the new version of Ra, the Pharaoh edition, which has super good Tool art. This here is War Chest, which has I think two expansions in it. I'm not entirely, War, Boar, and Floor. I think it's Boar and Floor are the 2 expansions we have in there. This is Remember Our Trip, a really interesting, weird game by Sashi. That's great. Forever Home, by the same people who made things like Dog Park, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Actually really fun. We just played this one. It's very good. Actually, it's very relaxing, kind of end of the night kind of game. It's good. This up here is Tapple. We have a game of Tapple. I don't know, where's the box for Tapple? Mike doesn't know either. Mike's over there. The Tapple is unboxed up there. And then this is the Kids on Bikes, like role-playing game, I guess. I honestly don't know why we have this. We'll never play this game, but I like role-playing game books, even if I'll never actually play them. We're just not huge RPG kind of guys. Okay, so that's the very, very top shelf. Let's go, I guess, just down to right here. We had Cryptid Cafe, The Fox Experiment, The Witcher Old World. They sent this to us when we did the new Witcher game, so heard good things about that. I do want to try it. And then I guess we have a couple board and dice games next to each other. We have Zapotec, Tekenu, Obelisk of the Sun, Origin First Builders, and Barcelona. And then we have the 2 challenges. We have original Challengers, which was nominated, or maybe won the Spiel des Jahres. It was definitely nominated. And the new one, Challengers Beach Cup, which we haven't played that one. We also recently played Challengers. It was more fun than I was expecting it to be, actually. Over here we have Concordia Venus, which is a standalone expansion kind of thing to Concordia, but we've heard it's better, so we got that one. The Isle of Cats, we have Obsession and Calico, which is not next to Verdant or Cascadia, although it probably should be, but it ain't. Over here we have Jaipur, Horizons of Spirit Island, not next to Spirit Island, hilarious. Wild Space, Roger the Ganges, The Dice Charmers. This is the roll and write version of Roger the Ganges. Great game. Under Falling Skies, The Great American Mail Race. Sagrada, which has like, I think one of the expansions in it. I'm not sure which one it is, but I think we have one in there. Hues and Cues, Creature Comforts. Atiwa, The Great Split, and Honeybuzz. Gosh, great games. Just great games. Here we have Whistle Mountain. Photosynthesis, Viral, which we recently got. Shouts out to Arcane Wonders for sending it to us again. This is one of those games that we got rid of because no one really likes it as much as us. And then we kind of regretted getting rid of it. But Arcane Wonders sent us a new copy with the new expansion. So thank you so much, Arcane Wonders. Spirit Island, which is not next to Horizon Spirit Island. Hilarious. We have Chaos Order, or Show's Order as we pronounce it, the correct way. Sunrise Lane, Turing Machine, Hey That's My Fish. This is the new Hey That's My Fish. Legacy of You, Dinosaur Tea Party, King of 12, and the OG Patchwork. This box is getting real beat up. That's how you know it's been around the block. So good. We're here. This is one of our few organized shelves. We have a Lacerda shelf. We got Weather Machine, Kanban EV, Lisboa, and the Gallerist. Boom. As we get more Lacerdas, we will have to move our Lacerdas to a new shelf. But the one thing nice about Eagle Griffin Vital Lacerda games is they're always the same size, which is really, really nice. We also have a Dungeons & Dragons player handbook, which has some Post-its in it. Hold on, let's see what... Also, this part fell out, apparently. What are the Post-its for? Something spell casting. Who is this for? Oh, for the rogues? Rogue spells? Mike must have been a rogue in one of our games, and he needed this information. All right. And then this is the Ultimate Gamers Cookbook. This is the people who made this sent this to us. It's got a bunch of recipes that have like gaming themes to them, video games, board games, role-playing games, a whole bunch of different stuff. It's a cool little cookbook. Here we have Hadara. We have Boon Lake, and we just got the Boon Lake Artifacts expansion. Haven't played it yet. Really excited to try it, though. We have Underwater Cities, which has the expansion in it, the Overwater Cities. It's real weird. Last Will and Prodigals Club, which are both kind of related to each other because they're kind of sequels to each other. Grand Austria Hotel, Castell, Wreck Raiders, Whirling Witchcraft, and First Rat. This is a really good shelf. Down in the comments at the end of the video, let me know what shelf do you think is the best. Right now, this is the front runner. That's a banger shelf right there. So that's a really good one. All right, we're gonna move the camera down, talk about these shelves. All right, we're down here. So now, where are we? We're here, right? Yes, we just did this one. All right, so we have Prague and Kaput Regni, really great game. Gigopolis, Mike's number 2 last time we did our top 100. We'll see if it's number 2 still. I feel like it might still be there. Empires of the North, which has, I think, all of the faction expansions in it. Wrath of the Lighthouse, which is like the solo campaign expansion for Empires of the North. Dice Manor, Overboss Duel, The Search for Lost Species, which we just got, very good. This is called Ping Yao, the First Chinese Bank, which our friend Shay gave us, and I have had a chance to play. It's a very interesting game, but I believe there's not any English outside the box, but I believe, if I remember correctly, it's called Ping Yao, the First Chinese Bank. Quest for El Dorado, Coloma, The Pursuit of Happiness. We got Twilight Inscription, which we really need to play again, Mike. I really want to play that one again. It's been a minute. We have Cascadia, Ezra and Nehemiah, Shelfie Stacker. I got a couple Shem games here. We have Villagers right here. Clans of Caledonia, Small World, Chai. We got Downforce, which has a couple of the expansions in it. Destinies and the Sea of Sand expansion for Destinies. We have a lot of Destiny stuff and a lot of Chronicles and Crime stuff because we're sponsored by Lucky Duck Games, so they sent us a bunch of them. Someday we will play these story-driven games. I don't know when that day is, but someday we will. We have Space Bass. Space Bases has a bunch of the expansion stuff in it. We have Powerline, My Shelfie, praise be. Brass Birmingham, and Union Station right there. All right, we'll bop down to this one right here. We have Beer and Bread, Project L with the 2 latest expansions, Gingerbread House, Lorenzo Il Magnifico, Keystone North America, which I think is a very underrated game, Acropolis, Earth, Labyrinth. We have a couple Friedman Freeze games right here. We have Feierabend, which is finishing time in German. We have Fiume, and then we have Power Grid, and then we have Revive right over here. We have Joan of Arc, the Orleans Roll and Write, New Frontiers, the most unnecessarily large box maybe ever. Rallyman GT, which is actually our friend Dan's, not ours. Neotopia, Tabanusi, the Builders of Ur. And then we got one of our kind of small game shelf. Most of our small game shelves are over there. We'll talk about this kind of at the end of the video. But we got a couple of them here. We have High Society, which, by the way, has nothing in it. I don't know where this game is. It's somewhere inside another game because we took it while traveling. I don't know where this game is, though. We have Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition and the Terraforming Mars dice game. We have Welcome to, Bandito, Isle of Skye from Chieftain to King, Watergate, Broom Service the card game, Scram, shouts out to Paula for that one. This is Yummy Yummy Monster Tummy. We have Shipwreck Arcana, Hero Realms with the cooperative expansion. This is the Beth Sobel River and Stone card set, like the playing card set. Very, very pretty. This here is Longshot the dice game. This is a game called Warlord Orc Duel. I picked this up on a whim at Gen Con. It just, I don't know, it was on the table, it looked cool, so I bought it. It was like 10 bucks. We have Library Labyrinth, Fantasy Realms, The Crew Mission Deep Sea, Inside Job, Black Sonata, Fancy Feathers, Fluttering Souls, and the American Idol card game. Get wrecked. Yeah, we have that. It's the greatest game ever made. Oh, God. Ugh. All right. Ugh. The bottom ones are going to suck. I'm not going to lie. Over here, we have Sky Mines. Sorry, this is Sky Mines. Art Deco, which we still need to play. The person who sent this to us, we still need to play it, but I've heard it's very good. Burning Banners, Shakespeare, Gartenbau, Seasons, Salton Sea, Parks, Tranquility, which is in a very cubular box. Targi, which does have the expansion, Hamlet. We have Rush MD and the 2 expansions here, the ICU and the Maternity and Dental Clinics, Glenmore 2 Chronicles, and Karuba. Over here we have Tribes of the Wind, Ticket to Ride Nordic Countries, Veiled Fate, Millie Fiori, Small Islands, Framework, Raj of the Ganges, which is not next to its dice game, hilarious. Founders of Teotihuacan, which is not next to Teotihuacan. And then we have Orleans, and then the Invasion expansion. This also has, I think, all the other expansions, with the exception of the 5-player expansion. We don't have that because those kinds of expansions are unnecessary. I said it. Hot take. And so the Orleans stuff right there. Down here we have Dice Throne. This is Dice Throne Season 2. It's actually a friend of ours, but we've had it for many years now. Probably should give that back. We have Fireball Island, which has a couple of different expansions. The new Le Grand Ha Deluxe Master Set. And this here is Campfire Chronicles, Nightfall, and this is the upgrade kit for that. It's a cool kind of intro to campaign games. We have Rival Networks, which is a 2-player version of the networks. Dinosaur Island, the Rarenrite. This also has Dulosaur Island in it. We put both in the same box. Tally Ho, shouts out to Dave Phillips. This is Burgle Bros. We have Hoplomachus Remastered, Habitats, Rhino Hero Super Battle, Sniper Elite with the Eagle's Nest expansion. We still need to play that one. Tales of Glory, Draftosaurus, Orion, The White Castle, all the way down here. What shame. And then Keepers by Van Ryder Games down there. Okay, whew, that's those 3 shelves. We're gonna move the camera again. We're gonna talk about some more. Okay, I realize that I have games at my apartment, and so we're gonna do a little bit from here. Okay, I have a couple games, a couple Kallaxes here at my place, so we'll just kind of quickly go through them. A lot of the games I have here, like Kubitos and a couple of things, Lost Ruins of Arnok, we have duplicates. Publishers will a lot of times will send us copies of games twice by accident, or we'll already have the game, they'll send us a copy of it. Happens a lot, so some of them I have kept here. So we have Baron Park with the expansion. We have Stop Thief, again, another copy of Stop Thief, another copy of Kubitos. Black Orchestra, we have a whole bunch of Too Many Bones. Also, there's Too Many Bones right there. This one does not fit on the shelf. This big set here now comes in like this box size, and I wish more than anything that we had that version of it because I literally can't put this on a shelf, and neither can Hoplomachus Victorium go in there because they literally don't fit in here. We have Twat and Suyu down here, Nemo's War, Archmage, which is here because Mike doesn't like the game. Zombicide Black Plague, that has a whole bunch of expansions in it. It's just all shoved in one box. Sorry, I'm bouncing all around. Too Many Bones also has, I'm sorry, not Too Many Bones, Rum and Bones also has a whole bunch of expansion stuff in there. The Seventh Continent, Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion, Lost Ruins of Arnok and the expansion, and Castle of Burgundy. Again, both those were duplicates. We have Search for Planet X, one of my favorite solo games. Grim Force, shouts out to Dave Phillips. Again, I'm painting that one. We have 2 expansions for Dead Reckoning, which I have here because I think I was planning on reading the rulebooks for them. We'll bounce up again. We got Monster Hunter World, which I am in the middle of painting, which is why it's on top of the shelf, and Mechs vs. Minions, which you cannot fit on a shelf. Down here, we have all of my Marvel United. I don't have anywhere near all of it, but I do have a decent amount of it. We have Railroad Inc. right there, and we also have Unmatched, the Jurassic Park one, which I'm in the middle of painting, which is why it's here instead of at the studio. And then over there, we have Bard Sung, which we haven't played, but they sent to us a couple more Marvel United because they were on sale, and I wanted to do a painting challenge thing. This box right here with my face on it right there, that is actually a little tester that we did for our own Unmatched set. We needed to test out the size of the box and the cards and all that stuff, and so we just randomly threw a whole bunch of random pictures on there. We have Dungeons, Dice, and Danger, which was a repeat. Takedo, which has a couple expansions in it. Tough Stuffed Fables. Power Rangers, which Renegade gave us to us because we were doing a painting stream for them. So it's also got a bunch of like random Power Rangers minis in there because they're like, you can just paint whatever ones you want. And then Burn Cycle over there, which I really enjoy soloing. So that's what is at my apartment here. Let's go back to the studio. All right, so we're back up top, tippy top. This one's very easy. This shelf is like 89% title blades because this game is gargantuan. We have Chimera Station, or Chimera Station, as we tend to call it. Wits and Wagers, it's Vegas based. This is Wits and Wagers is such a good party game. This is the one we have, but really get any Wits and Wagers are outstanding. We have Age of Wonders, Planetfall. We have Villainous and a Villains expansion. We have a couple different expansions. They're all stuffed into these two boxes. Because we didn't want a whole bunch of them on the shelf. We have Planted by That Praise Be, and then we kind of have an Uwe shelf right here. We have Feast for Odin, Mike's favorite game, Caverna, Glass Road, Fields of Arl, and Hallertau. An absolute, this shelf is hard to beat because it's got so much Uwe big box goodness on it. But yeah, we got some Uwe, although not all of our Uves, but most of them are kind of right there, which is cool. All right, this shelf right here, we have Baseball Highlights 2045, a great baseball game. We have Disney's Sorcerer's Arena Epic Alliance core set. You have to say the whole name. And then we also have the Thrills and Chills expansion. I want to play this game more. We kind of played the basic version of it, and it was actually pretty darn good. And I'm interested to play it more because it was kind of a good kind of Disney dueling game, kind of like a match, but doesn't play exactly the same. But it's kind of a similar concept. We have Stone Age, an absolute classic, so good. King Domino Origins, one of the many King Domino games at this point. QE, which is a great bidding game. Paris, La Cité de Lumière, City of Lights. I said that perfectly, French people, obviously. And we also have the expansion. We have Miyabi, Star Wars, Clone Wars. This is the Star Wars Pandemic. It's actually really, really fun, and I haven't had a chance to show it to Mikey yet. I got to play it with my best friends, Matthew Jude, when I was in England, and it was super, super fun. I really want to play it with Mikey. We just haven't gotten to the table yet. We also have Pandemic Iberia and normal OG Pandemic with a couple expansions in it. So this is kind of like our little Pandemic area. We have Scythe, which has the expansions in it. We also have the Rise of Fenris campaign, which we got like 75% through. And then COVID hit, and we have not played it since, unfortunately. But I did really like that campaign. We have New York Slice, Lacrimosa, Heat Pedal to the Medal, Uwe Rosenberg's Oranienburg Canal. It's so yellow. We love to see it. Petrichor, a game where you're clouds. The theme is better than the game, but the game is still pretty interesting. We have Abyss, Robot Quest Arena, which is kind of crazy fun goodness. Sky Team, Wonderland's War, Ahayao, Posh Splosh, Potion Explosion, Alma Mater, In the Year of the Dragon. Where did you get this?
I got it secondhand at Game Empire in San Diego.
Mike got it secondhand at Game Empire San Diego. I was looking at this the other day. I'm like, I don't know where we got this from. Mike got this secondhand at a Game Empire San Diego. Check out Game Empire San Diego, sponsored. It's not. Nucleum, right here. New Board and Dice. Darwin's Journey, the Collector's Edition, and then Joseph Fritz. Planet Unknown. We have Imperial Miners, Dinosaur World, which has, I think, all the expansions that were part of that Kickstarter are in there as well. Decorum, Paint the Roses, Tal de Vikinger, which is Valley of the Vikings, kind of like a interesting dexterity bowling game. It's actually really, really fun. Then we have our 3 horrifieds right here. We have the original American Monsters and now Greek Monsters. Which monsters will be next? I'm guessing Monsters, Inc. Stamp it, called it. Telestration's one of the best party games ever. And then this is Maloney's Inheritance. If you saw on our community post, we posted a game board with a very, very weird map of the United States. That was this game, Maloney's Inheritance. I really want to do a game house of this game because the game is really fun, but it's super weird. And so really want to do one for that. So that is those shelves right there. Boom, 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 boom. Let's move the camera. All right, your butts now right here. Go right here. Boom, we got Pagoda. Great game, great 2-player game. God, it needs to come back in print. It's so much fun. Honga, we have World's Fair. This is the newer one. Number 9, Hansa Teutonica, the big box. The Castles of Tuscany, the newer Carpe Diem. Crown of Mara, one of the most underrated games ever. Riverboat, Verdant, which is not with Cascadia or with Gallico, hilarious. Explorers, that praise be. We have Codenames Duet. This also just has normal base code names in it. We just threw it into the green box because I like the green box. It's very green. We have Coimbra, Townsfolk Tussle. Shouts out to David Phillips again. He's got a couple shout outs already. Who gifted us this game. Have not had a chance to play with it. I really, really would like to because I love the whole style. We have Flamecraft, Arc Nova, which has the Marine World expansion in it. Dofromantique, Role Player. This one here has a bunch of the expansions as part of it. This is kind of like the big box that holds everything, which is really, really nice. We have Meadow, and then we have Maglev Metro right there. So this, you may have noticed that a lot of our shelves have these little placards on them. When we did our last Kickstarter, you could adopt one of our shelves and name it however you want. You also got to choose one of the games that was on there for a while. This shelf right here is called the Shelf of Shem. And so this is where some, although not anywhere near all at this point, all of Shem Phillips's games are, and a lot of Garfield games in general. So we have Architects of the West Kingdom. The expansion is right over here, the Works of Wonder, which also has the other expansion in it. Paladins of the West Kingdom with the City of Crowns expansion. The Tome Saga. Viscounts is up there for some reason. Shipwrights of the North Sea. Redux, this is the new Shipwrights. Next to Explorers of the North Sea, and then Raiders of the North Sea. Hadrian's Wall right here, and then we have our two Style Tigers games, Wayfarers and Scholars, and then Circadian's First Light. Shelf of Shem, you'll love to see it. Right here we have Dog Park. We have Oros, Imperial Steam, which we haven't played yet. Tapestry, The Wolves, Quacks of Quedlinburg, which has the Herb Witches expansion, I believe it's called. Woodcraft, Coal Baron, one of the most underrated games, so good. Sancore, brand new, we just played the other day, it's really fun. And then that is Azul Mini over there. Just the normal Azul, but just a little bit smaller. Now we're down here, all the way down here at the bottom. Here we have Ultimate Railroads, which is Russian Railroads with all the expansions in it. We still only played Russian Railroads, still need to play the rest of it. Island Something Shiny with Mikey. It's a big solo game. Mikey actually just started to solo it. Crazy Coconuts, greatest game ever made. Get Wrecked, Twilight Struggle. Funfair right here, the nice version of Unfair. We have Dead Reckoning. We also have the two Saga expansions, although they're at my house for some reason. I don't hardly know why. Spaceship Unity, Teletum, and Caverna Cave vs. Cave, the two-player version of Caverna. Down here, we have a couple Chronicles of Crime. Again, we have a bunch of Chronicles of Crime, of which we played none of. So we have a bunch of different Chronicles of Crime right here. We have Nagaraja, Quest for the Moonstone, Trajan, Teotihuacan, which has all the expansions in it. That box is not on its side because that lid lift ain't gonna deal with it. We have Vagrant Song, and then Western Legends in the Shrink still. We don't keep very many games in the Shrink. That one we have was gifted to us by, I believe, Shay. We play Western Legends like maybe once a year in Philadelphia with our friend Howie. I don't know if that version of it will ever get played, but we have it. I guess it'll go into our collection for our soon-to-be convention we're gonna do. So it's good to have nonetheless. Viticulture, greatest game ever made. Really low down for some reason on the shelf, considering it's my favorite game. Mike's favorite game's on the top shelf. What does that say? We also have the Viticulture World, the cooperative expansion. Korra, Rise of an Empire. My Little Scythe. Ex Libris, Yukon Airways. Mystic Paths, Stop Thief. Riverside, Korra Quest, Glasgow, and then this all here is a bunch of Oh My Goods, I think is what it is. Yeah, a whole bunch of Oh My Goods right there. On the bottom here, we have Red Cathedral, Dreadful Meadows with the expansion, Flapjack Flip Out, which is a ridiculous flipping pancakes dexterity game. It's great. This is the art project, Belfort, Flip Ships, Mercurial, Land vs. Sea, Boop, and Boop, all down the bottom. Okay. All right, so that's those two shelves. We got one final corner to do. Let's do it. Okay, before we go, there's stuff on top of our shelves. You can see our shelves are over here. There's some on top. First of all, Roger is up there. Roger is this weird, like, cement bust we found in an alley. And we kept him. We had him for years, and he always haunts our studios. I don't looking directly to the right. And there's also surfboards right there because we used to surf. Endless Winter is up there, Anachrony, the big box is up there, and then the Village big box is up there. Anachrony and Endless Winter are actually our friend Crook, shout out to Crook, but we are holding on to them right now, and they're on top because they're very, very large games. All right, back up tippy-top. So all these right here, these are a bunch of badges we have from conventions. We put them around Roger's neck, so he holds on to them. Behind these badges, there's Crime Zone, which are kind of like escape room games by Lucky Duck Games. There is Skull and Werewords, both very good social deduction games. Get out of there. Behind there, we have the Lord of the Rings adventure book game, which we really, really want to play because we actually really liked the Wizard of Oz one, so we really want to play the Lord of the Rings one. We have Tidal Blade's Banner Festival. We have Her Story, Trekking Through History, Space Station Phoenix. We have the Overlight. This is an RPG with art by Kwanchai Moria. It's very, very pretty. Again, never play it. We don't really play RPGs, but gosh, I love that book. And then we have a bunch of Clank. We have Clank, which has a whole bunch of the expansions in it. And then we have Clank Catacombs, and then the Adventuring Party, which kind of makes each of your characters unique. You have like a unique starting deck kind of thing. Very, very good. Here's Viscounts West Kingdom with 2 expansions. I don't know why it's up here, not on the shelf of Shem. It really should be, but right now it's here. Quirky Circuits, we have Can't Stop, Sushi Roll, by that praise be. And then we have Star Wars the deck building game all the way up there. Then we have all of our Marvel Unmatched. We have Unmatched here and then here. All of our Marvel Unmatched right here. We have Teen Spirit, Hell's Kitchen. Hex Kitchen, my apologies. For King and Country, Redemption Row, and Brains and Brawn. And then we also have the Unmatched Adventures, Tales to Amaze, the Cooperative Unmatched. Really, really good. Love us some Unmatched. We have Cosmoctopus, Raua, I believe it's pronounced. Animal Upon Animal, the Christmas edition. And then Praise Be, Phil Walker Harding has a new publishing company called Joey Games that's based out of and mostly sells to Australia, but they specialize in very young kids games. And so he sent us a couple of those. So shouts out to Phil for sending those. They're actually really cute and really fun, but they're for very young children, which is very cool. We have Prehistories up here, and then this is Bristol 1350, and those kind of cool Facade Games makes these where they're, I think it's Facade Games? Yeah, they all look like books. It's a very cool way to package a game. Okay, so that's the last high shelf. All right, we have Chai Garam right here, which we just picked up at the last BGG-Con. Really excited to play that one. We have Septima with the expansion in it. Dimension, which we finally got. Gosh, I love Dimension so much. We have Witchstone, Eco's First Continent, which also has the expansion in it. War of the Ring, the card game, which we just rebought. Well, not rebought, we never had it the first time, but wanted to get because we wanted to give it a second chance because we didn't really like it the first time, and we really want to try the solo and co-op expansion. So we decided to buy it because it wasn't too bad. We have War of the Ring 2nd Edition, So Clover, one of the most played games. We play this game all the time. Dice Miner, Carcassonne the Castle, and Carcassonne Hunters and Gatherers, which is weirdly not next to the other 2 Carcassones because we're very good at our jobs. And then this is the rest of our Unmatched right here. Jack Dempsey, who's one of our patrons, asked recently, what's on my shelf? Jack Dempsey, this is your shelf. You have the Unmatched shelf. If you're watching this, you have the Unmatched shelf. That's what your shelf is. We have Goblin Fog, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Battle Legends Volume 1, Battle Legends Volume 2, Houdini vs. the Genie, Sun's Origin, the Deadpool set, and then our own Brothers Murph set, which will be available again soon during our next Kickstarter, which will be in May. So if you missed out on this, you can get it again. We have a couple of expansions inside the box, so like Robin Hood and Bigfoot, Beowulf and Little Red, and then the InGen vs. Raptors are all inside these other boxes. We threw away those boxes, although now I kind of wish we hadn't. I kind of wish we still had all the boxes, but we don't anymore. That time is gone. We have Oceans, which is the kind of the evolution of evolution. It's very good. Mandala Stones, Sonora, Strike, It's a Wonderful Kingdom, and then It's a Wonderful World. It's a Wonderful Kingdom is the 2-player version of It's a Wonderful World. Castle Burgundy, the special edition, the big fancy one. The Loop. I almost said Vlada Chvatil's Dungeon Pets. I don't know why I almost said it that way, but I did. Dungeon Pets. Blue Lagoon. Crystal Palace. Quirky Circuits. There's 2 Quirky Circuits because this was like a kind of a simpler version, a more family weight version. Didn't have quite so many robots in it, so we have both. We actually will probably combine these into one box at some point, but I do love Quirky Circuits. We have 2 versions of the key. We have Raub in der Cliffrock Villa. I think it's Theft in Cliffrock Villa. And Sabotage and Lucky Llama Land. These are great, like kind of kids-oriented deduction games. Really, really fun. We have Sobek 2 players. Llama Land, praise be. Cacao, praise be. London, my least favorite game ever. Should be under the floor.
How dare you!
Mike loves that game. Manhattan Project Energy Empire, Wendake, The Bloody Inn, and the Carnies, which we actually haven't played yet. We need to play this because I finally found the expansion for it somewhere in a store. Immediately grabbed it. We also have Votes for Women right here. We have Camel Up the card game, which was surprisingly very, very fun, actually. It's a great rendition of Camel Up. We have Miss Silver Carcassonne and Carcassonne, again, not next to the other 2 Carcassones because we're dope at organizing. We have the Networks, which is not next to Next with Rivals. Hilarious. Le Havre and Keyflow. We have Abandon All Artichokes. The only tin in all of board games that's good and worth it is this one. All of the tins deserve to go in the garbage. We have Caper Europe, First Empires, Lord of the Rings, Journeys to Middle-earth. We have Monumental and the expansion, Lost Kingdoms. We also have the other expansion, whose name I can't remember, but that's in this box right here. We have Fife, Yak! The Initiative, this is 20 strong, and we also have the Hoplomachus Victorium and Too Many Bones packs for 20 strong. We have Radlands right there, and then the Galileo Project. Okay, So these two shelves right here, you can't really see them, these next three shelves are our small game shelves. So we're gonna do this one slightly separately because there's a whole bunch of games on there. So we're gonna focus on these one here. Let me move the camera. Okay, like I said, these three shelves we're gonna talk about, I'll move the camera so you can kind of see them more. This is where all of our like small games are. So we'll talk about those shelves in a bit. We'll talk about these ones real quick. We have Micro Macro Crime City, Distilled, all three Great Western Trails, although the OG, it goes Argentina, OG, New Zealand, because again, we're bad at organizing. Terracotta Army, Histrio, Dragon Castle, Jerusalem Anno Domini, and Paleo. Here we have Garden Guests, Raccoon Cocoon, Smartphone Inc., and the Smartphone Inc. expansion, and then Mobile Markets, which is kind of like the slightly lighter version of Smartphone Inc. Down here we have Arabella, which is the roll and write 18XX game, which is still hilarious to me. We have Forest Shuffle, Rise, Brussels 1893, Shinkansen Zero Kai, which is just a cool sounding name, Kanagawa, and Fleet the Dice game. Right over here, we have the da-da-da-da-da in 20 minutes game. So we have Blitzkrieg, World War II in 20 minutes, Caesar, Seize Rome in 20 minutes, and Dogfight, Rule the Skies in 20 minutes. We have Three Ring Surface. We have Crisscross, Splitto, Kashgar, Merchants of the Silk Road, Wandering Towers, Pyramido. This is Wizards of the Grimoire. Deal with the Devil, Five Tribes, Quadropolis, and Kubitos. All right, gonna move down, and then we're doing small games. Also, just to let you know, Pippin, right there. Just right there. Games, Pippin. Which one is better? Probably Pippin. So now we're down here. Oh, Pippin's just, he's right here. I'm petting him. He's so cute. All right. Here we have Get On Board, Paris and Roma, Get On Board, New York and London. Museum Suspects, praise be. We have the Port Royal Big Box. This game right here, which is called Wildmeister. It's a cool kind of abstract wooden game. Shouts out to T. We got Yokohama, Cuphead Fast Rolling Dice Game, Nidavellir, Noose Fjord, Lanterns, Wild Style. All of this right here is Return to Dark Tower. This is like the minis and the expansion and stuff. Life of the Amazonia, Rolling Heights, Gem Hens, shouts out to Dave Phillips. Seven Wonders Architects, Zolkin, and then Terra Nova is over there. Excuse me, Bubbins. You're right in the way. You're right in the way. All right. We have Starship Captains down here, Carnegie, and then all of our Mythic Mischief, Season 1, Volume 2, and a couple of the different expansions. We have Chronicles of Crime. We have a whole bunch of Chronicles of Crime. Here. It's all Chronicles of Crime, which we'll play at some point. I promise you. I want to try it at some point. We have Monopoly Deal. This is Mephisto, the card game. Taverns Tiefenthal, Pulsar 2849, Marrakesh, Lost Cities, Cartographer's Heroes, Castles of Burgundy, the dice game, Kites, Potato Man, My City, the Roll and Write, Super Mega Lucky Box, praise me. We have Taco Cat, Goat Cheese Pizza, Birds of a Feather, Motor City. We actually have two Motor Cities. We backed Motor City, and then 25th Century Game just sent us Motor City, so we have an extra copy. Wicked and Wise, The Hunt, Backyard Chickens, Detective Club, Bonanza, Herbaceous, Hanamakoji, Chicken, and down here we have two-player Dice Catan version, Maracaibo, then Turtle Splash, more Chronicles of Crime, Cryptid. This all here is Paperback Adventures, Bamboo. This is Oh My Brains, and then this is a deck of cards that I got on a ferry in Greece, like 18 years ago, something like that. Still great deck of cards, absolutely outstanding. And this box right here is all of our Marvel Legendary. It's all in a box. We got so much of it, we made our own box for it. Okay, we'll reposition the camera. We can look at these three shelves right here a little better, and that'll be it. All right, y'all. Small game shelf. Like I can see, I guess we only need these two right here. So small game shelves right here. So this right here is Next Station London. We have Archaeology, praise be. We have Trails, Fox in the Forest, and Fox in the Forest Duet. They're both in this box. Skull King, Bottom of the Knife, The Quiet Year, Lord of the Rings Similo, shouts out to Matthew. Illusion, 2 copies of The Mind, Everything Ever, Sea Salt and Paper, Lord of the Rings, The Exit Game, shouts out to Matthew. Holly Jolly, Velomino, Mountain Goats, Friedman Freeze's Friday, Metro X, Green Team Wins, Three Sisters, Point Salad, Point City, Oniram, Lanterns the Dice Game, Patchwork Doodle, Cat in the Box, Flip Town, Kinfire Delve, Vainglory's Grotto, Sink or Swim, Herbalism, Beastie Bar, Geisha's Road, and Lost Cities. So many games in those shelves. Then over here we have Western Legends Showdown, that 2-player trick-taking game. Mint Delivery. This is Sunny Day Sardines. We have, don't worry about what's happening. Don't worry about what's happening. We have Tussie Mussy, Doctor Who Flux. That's my fish.
Get out of my cage.
There's Mike.
Hi.
We have Nana, one of the best games. We have But Wait, There's More, Lord of the Rings and Confrontation. This is called Tapeworms. We have Bag of Chips right here. Broken and Beautiful, Chai Tea for Two, which is actually a prototype. Usually we don't have prototypes on the shelf. Trails of Tucana, Splendor's Duel, Sail, 10, Savonnac Forest. I almost say like Silver Snake Forest. It's not right. Inheritors, Palm Island, Gloom, The Other Motor City, Deep Dive, Seven Wonders Duel, Guillotine, Silver and Gold, praise be, Tides of Madness, a whole bunch of Claim, Village Rails, That's Not a Hat, and Pack of Heroes. This is a game by Praise Be that Phil Hardy. This is like one of his first games ever, and he actually sent these to us through someone else, which was very, very cool. So thanks for that, Phil. And that is it, y'all. That is all the games we have, I think. My gosh, it's too many games. Too many games. All right, y'all, that is it. That is the collection that we have as of now. It is January 22nd, I think, 2024. So that is our collection as of right now. So yeah, we have a whole bunch of games. We actually don't cull as many games as we used to. We used to do kind of one big cull a year, but we are planning on starting a convention, Bing Bong Con. We've been trying to do it for years, and we're getting closer to actually doing it. And so we realized that we probably shouldn't be getting rid of games because our collection is going to be the library for Bing Bong Con. And just because necessarily we don't necessarily like a game, doesn't mean other people won't want to play it. And so we actually don't cull quite as many as we used to, which is why our shelves are so darn full. But when we move, we'll be moving to a new studio halfway through this year. We are hopefully going to have a lot more room for shelves and things like that. And so that is the collection. Let us know what shelf you think was the best. I'm still going to go with the one I talked about with Boone Lake and all those ones over there. Still really, really good shelf. Love you all to death. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching that little shelf tour. We had a really, really good time. Shouts out to Mike, the cage monster, or the cave monster. I'm not sure where he was, but he was creeping out like that. I want to give a big shout out to our channel sponsors, Restoration Games, Lucky Duck Games, and Board Game Geek, and a big shout out to our patrons, and also just the people watching this. Love y'all. Thank you.